Mr. Gavaskar, are India simply unbeatable almost? Can anyone really beat India on their day? Are we the best team?
Well, South Africa beat India in the Super 8. So, look, this is a T20 format. And in the T20 format, a couple of good overs, both while batting or while bowling, can change the game in your way. So clearly, um, this is the hardest format to predict. Because like I said, a couple of deliveries, either way can change the game.
You're saying it's the hardest format to predict, but what makes New Zealand so dangerous in a way, particularly as they do so well in these ICC tournaments?
Well, they see, look, the reason is that, they are such a low profile team. Their media is, nobody knows about their media. Look at England, look at Australia. Their media is such that they build their own teams up as if they've been winning every other championship every day. While the Australians at least do it a little bit more, the English media building its team and then finding that the team doesn't do well, has been a regular feature, whether it is football or cricket. Maybe occasionally in cricket they might have won something, but New Zealand doesn't have that pressure. They don't have that pressure of expectation from home as well, because rugby is the #1 sport. And their players play in leagues all over the world, this T20 format in particular. And therefore, they're used to playing in different conditions, different attacks, different combinations. And cricket is not really a paying profession there. That's why they have to play all around the world, and that actually makes them a little more adept at adjusting to any situation. So that's why they can be dangerous, especially in the ICC tournaments.
But Mr. Gavaskar, while New Zealand has, there's much to admire about New Zealand, the fact is they are up against Jasprit Bumrah, that too on his home ground. Many believe he is quite simply the greatest fast bowler of his generation, possibly several generations. So is he the X factor who could on his home ground be the one lifting the trophy?
Well, he's the one man who brought India home up from a tough situation against England in the semis. And of course, Akshar Patel's catching, and not to forget Sanju Samson batting. But Bumrah's those 2 overs when Bethel and Jacks were going, berserk, were absolutely terrific. And therefore, yes, I think he's going to be the key. Considering that Finn Allen and Tim Seifert have given New Zealand a tremendous start. So hopefully he will be given the new ball and not brought in first change. Because you want, before those two are set, before those two have had about a dozen deliveries under their belt, unleash a Bumrah at them. That is what I would do as a captain. We'll just have to wait and see what Suryakumar Yadav does.
Any changes that you would make, Mr. Gavaskar, to the 11? There's been talk of Varun Chakravarthy not in form. Could you bring a Kuldeep, Yadav? Do you drop an Abhishek, Sharma? Any changes you would make to the playing 11?
Yes, 2. I'd like 2 changes. I'd like Rinku Singh to come in place of Abhishek Sharma. Ishan Kishan opening the batting. Rinku Singh, maybe 4-5, whatever it is, according to the situation. I'd like to bring Kuldeep Yadav in place of Varun Chakravarthy, because both these players who I would leave out are really down on confidence. And in a final, like I would rather have players who are not, being weighed down by the disappointing performances that they have had so far.
Wow, that's a big call you're making there, Mr. Gavaskar. You're saying this team that's won this winning combination, 2 changes. You're saying Rinku Singh for Abhishek Sharma, who was, of course, the wonder kid before the tournament. And you're also calling for Kuldeep Yadav to replace Varun Chakravarthy. Very interesting.